thing that got me needing all of your love all night and day. Just this one thing that got me doing new things I can't even explain. Just this one thing that got me feeling. Just this one thing that got me feeling you.
Hey, Stacey. Hey, Sherelle. Hey, Danielle. Yeah, we on here for real this time. I was just playing yesterday.
You're probably like, I ain't answer that no more. I ain't going to that level. They are here trying to test stuff.
This is the regular scheduled time. Anytime we off script and we don't tell y'all, it's probably just because we trying to figure something out. Hey, Des, where you been? Finally taking a break from these 5:30 a.m.s and this doctor program. Oh, nah, you got a legitimate excuse. Hey, Brittany. Brittany, did you listen to the episode? That's so funny. I'm not even making no more promises, but I could literally run upstairs and show it to you. It's just sitting there. We don't have no excuse for real. It's just, I don't know what it is. You said I got an echo? She said there's a little echo. Alright, hold on.
Is it still doing it?
Hold on. Alright, y'all let me know now. Is it still an echo? I had alright, Stacey. In all my playing around the last couple of days, I've been messing with the audio, so I just muted the other line. So y'all let me know if it's still. She said that's better. Okay, it was me. I know what to do to fix it. All that playing around. I'm gonna learn this software a little bit better.
Let me share this real quick.
Thank y'all for keeping us honest and keeping the quality where y'all know we like it, because we can't tell.
There you go. We live, man. You sure, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Put on my do not disturb so don't nobody be calling. You ready?
I was waiting on you. I'm ready.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Russell the Fourth.
Hey, everybody. It is me, Brandy.
And it's our final season 3 episode recap.
A little sad, but a lot of it not sad. This is a great season. 20 whole episodes.
Absolutely.
But it was time. It was time to bring it to a close. So this is our last and final kickback of season 3, and we got our family in the building. So we have Stacy. Well, she said she'd be right back, but she was here. Sherelle, Danielle, Miss Des back from a long vacation. Brittany, Sierra. If anybody else, if you in here, say hey, because I don't see any other names. Not does when does season 4 start? Can we end season 3 yet?
That part.
We don't know. It won't be long, but we do not have an exact date.
It might be. When we don't set exact dates, it tends to drag.
It ain't gonna be long, yeah.
The gap between season 1 and 2 is a grip. You never know. But man, like she said, we can't thank you guys enough. This season was incredible, and we want to apologize for the abrupt announcement. You know, usually in seasons past, you know, we'll kind of be announcing it leading up to it, like, hey, we're heading towards the end of the season. So we had talked about it a few times, at least in the realm of stuff we wanted to do. But so a lot of you guys kind of knew what was coming up, but wasn't much, you know, bracing for the landing, so it was a little abrupt. But like she said, it was definitely time. So
it didn't feel abrupt to me until one of our I'm gonna call him a friend of the show that we collaborate with. He sent us a voice note early this morning because he lives in the UK and was like, "Y'all really just like walked in and was like, F this job, I quit." And I was like, I guess it was kind of like that, honey. It was just like, you know what?
Felt like it.
Forget it. We done. So we sorry, but we're not really sorry because we needed a little break.
So hopefully your Tuesdays are still amazing, especially Tuesday mornings. Like she said, we'll try not to be gone too long. But yeah, who had a chance to listen to the episode already? Show of hands. Who's had a chance to check out this episode?
It might be some people on here that's like still in shock because they didn't listen. So they like, what?
Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. If you haven't listened, you need to hurry. Yeah, it's the last episode of season 3. Yeah, we're going on a little break hiatus.
Hey, Shayla. And Sierra says she listened. Thank you so much.
Shout out to you. Sierra, you see, Brandy tried to just speak a budding friendship into existence between you and Sherelle.
It's not. I did speak it into existence. It's already in existence.
Sherelle says, "Not me. I gotta savor it now."
Not savor. You gotta listen to it in pieces over the next month.
I had some catching up to do. Oh, yeah, you've been busy, so you got some stuff to hold you over. So hopefully by the time you finish, we might be on our way back for season 4. So,
and we did suggest a really dope podcast, Raising Boys to Men. So you can check that out. That he has some really good content for y'all to check out in the meantime.
Absolutely, and he has a British accent, bro. So it's like talking the whole time. It makes you feel like everything's really like extra. Official.
Why do British people sound like they just real educated?
They sound really intelligent.
No matter what they talking about.
Yeah. Like when Aaron hit us up this morning, he said that he doesn't call the couch, he calls it a sofa.
Yeah.
And I said, man, we should call it a sofa. That just sounds so much more official. You know what I'm saying?
Have a doctor. She has like the same type of dialect, but she's from Trinidad and Tobago. Tomato. I don't know, one of them. Okay. But she sounds like that too. And the fact that she's a doctor just make her sound super intelligent. Yeah. So every time she says something, I'm like, it's law. I don't care what she says.
I don't need no second opinion. You have to be right.
Law.
Sounds so official. Yeah. So on with other news, we're not leaving you completely empty-handed because after 3 long seasons and a lot of talk about it, we finally got the What They Never Told Us store up. Whoop, whoop. And that gets air horns too. Shout out
'Cause
Brandy.
who
Handles.
knew? I thought it was literally put some pictures up and hit send. It's a whole website design. So if it's misspelled words or something don't look right, so what? Because I ain't know what I was doing.
Absolutely. Hoodies, shirts, got some coffee mugs, a little steel tumbler. I don't know.
Thermal, like,
yeah.
yeah.
And there's more stuff going to be added as we go, but we just want to start off with just some logo merch, stuff for you to represent, let people know you part of the WTNTU family. So yes, at your leisure, whenever you feel the need to, please support the podcast and get some dope merch in the process. Hoodies are quality. You probably have seen us wear them before on the show. And T-shirts. They might be a little bit different of a design. I think we went with the different layout for the T-shirts, but either way, I'm talking about the shimmery ones that we got from Erica. He's not that. Yeah. So either way, dope stuff. So check it out.
That's good. So Sierra says she's with the budding friendship. And so the one that says we love, y'all should love too, it's done, but we have not like tested it. So we don't want to ever put anything out there because it's a drop shipping. So what that means is basically we don't have the product. We do the designs and then we pick the material or the t-shirt or sweatshirt or whatever that it's going to be on. And it just comes directly from the company. So we have not tested the we love, y'all should love too t-shirt. So, or sweatshirt or whatever it'll end up being. So soon as we get that, if it's good, if it's a thumbs up, if it's a go, all we got to do is push the button and it'll be out there for you to order.
That part. Brittany White is in the building. What's going on, Brittany? And Juanica Jeffries is here as well.
Hello.
What up, y'all? So yeah, episode. What we talking about?
So the first part was you telling me on air that you didn't feel loved. And then the second part
it's so
was...
dramatic. Let me tell y'all this petty too. Let me tell you this petty. She equates, so she was trying to articulate to everybody how spoiled I am and how unspoiled she is.
I didn't say I
Go
wasn't
watch
spoiled.
the episode. You literally said that.
No, I didn't.
You said
I
how.
said, tell me how. I'm not saying you don't, but
If
I
you
want to
don't-
understand how.
If you don't know how you're spoiled, then clearly you're saying you're not. How can you be spoiled and not know?
No, you said a thing
clearly-
about the orgasms, and I completely agree with you.
Okay, so that was one thing. But then you went on to tell me how spoiled I was. So in that conversation, you were saying the ways that I'm spoiled, right? So I was simply articulating a simple dynamic about love languages. And then y'all, the next day, during dinner, look what she did. She making food and said, "Oh, I guess you don't need me to do this for you anymore." I said, "Huh?" "Oh yeah,
That's
remember?"
not what I said.
She said, "Oh yeah, that's right. You don't." Oh no, she said, "You said you don't want me to do this for you anymore, right?" And I said, "I didn't say that." She said, "Oh yeah, you did. You said you don't feel loved like this, so I guess you can make your own plate now." I said, "Oh,
He added that extra little part.
oh okay."
That last part was his own
I
little
see.
spice.
I see what we do it. Okay.
That is not what I said. I was just like, oh, you don't want me to do this anymore. You said you didn't say that. I said, well, you said that doesn't communicate love to you. And that was my gesture of love. So if that's not what you need, then I'm not required to do it. Like, it doesn't mean anything if you do it, if I do it.
Are you replacing that with something, or are you just taking one more thing off the table? Because now, what's happening?
What?
What's happening now? You gonna replace the playmaker with something else?
Yeah,
Or?
I got you.
Okay, no problem.
Sierra says it's funny that y'all have mugs because I was literally just speaking to Ash about us needing to get Russ one. He's always sipping on something but needs to advertise our logo
Y'all's
and not
logo.
the brand he's sipping on. That's true.
It's true.
So it's there now if you want to order anyone.
I got you. I
You
got
definitely
you.
can.
I will.
So yeah, that's what we talked about, and I was not being petty. I was literally just being funny. But you said you was gonna get up and do it, so I was like, cool, I can just eat and not have to do that.
She wasn't being funny.
I was being funny. If you would have said, nah, babe, I would still like it if you
Not
did
a
that. I
smirk.
would have did it.
Not a smirk. Not a laugh.
I'm a good
Stone
actor.
face standing by a cast iron skillet with her hand on her hip like this. Oh, that's right.
Was the majority of your plate already made?
Huh? No, it wasn't. You had rice. It was rice on the plate. It was just.
It was rice and fish because the fish was falling apart. I put the fish on there too. All you had to do is put the sauce on there.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't remember.
Spoil, see? Spoil
God.
people never think that they spoil.
Can't believe
That's
this.
what
Y'all. I
it
said,
is.
oh, this is what we doing. Okay.
But then the next part of the episode was when we talked about like the other side of parenting and being divorced. So we talked about how much we really enjoy our alone time, but then that kind of transitioned into a conversation about the loneliness and the hard decisions that come with getting a divorce and facing the fact that most men, once this happens, will now leave the house where they have been with their children, and what that feels like and what emotions are attached to that from both sides. Because I think I can speak to the mom side, and I did, but got another side of a perspective that I don't think we see a lot, which is men talking about missing their kids.
Yeah, that was a big hurdle for me, right? Like, when I was trying to like create in my head what it would look like if I went through with the divorce, that was the one thing that I just couldn't picture. Like, I couldn't imagine not being in the same house with my kids, and that was really what was tearing me up, you know what I mean? And when we were introducing the conversation, it was like the first thing out of her mouth, you know what I mean, was like, you're not taking my kids. And I'm not going through no court systems fighting to take kids away from a capable and loving mother, which she is. She's an amazing mother. So I wasn't about to do that. But for me to say that I didn't care or just whatever, I think sometimes the impression is that men are unfit to be nurturing, caring parents. Men are unfit to be the sole parent. You know what I mean? And I think that's just the expected mindset. So it's assumed that the mom is going to take the kids. And if the man wants that, he got to do a sprint uphill to even prove that the kids are safe with him. And it's just assumed that they're safe with mom. And 7 times out of 10, they are more so than the dad. But, you know, I wasn't about to fight that, but it was such a difficult thing for me. And if I had to say one of the like number one contributors to the state of my mental health and some of my more destructive behavior during that season was the fact that I was trying to just numb that thing. I didn't address it, didn't talk to anybody about it. But after work, when I got home, I just had to numb that feeling, you know what I mean? And I did not spend my off days at home ever during the entire duration. Well, no, I won't say that. Towards the end, when I started checking my life together, then I would. But other than that, on my off days, I was not at home at all.
Because you didn't want to be alone.
Did not want to be in an empty house. Like, I missed hearing my kids in the background. I missed, and I think my conversation with you was the first time I ever really said it out loud. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think that's why I had that big burst of emotion, because I hadn't said that to nobody. That was something that I was just carrying internally and just trying not to think about, not trying to address. When you talk to me, I can't remember how we even got on that.
Then here comes Big Mouth Brandy, like, well, why would you try to take them away from their mom anyways? Like,
oh, that's how that came up. And I don't know. Did I get feisty?
You didn't get feisty. You cried. You got emotional.
Yeah. I was like, see, like that right there. That right there. What about me?
Yeah.
What about me? I miss my babies. Yeah, it was rough. It was difficult. But, you know, it's just something to think about. And shout out to all the moms who don't let the personal affect the parental, right? Regardless of how trash of a husband he was, you don't let that affect your view of how good of a father he is, because he's there. If he's nurturing and he loves those kids, it's not even about us at that point. You know what I mean? The moment that we decided that we weren't going to stay married anymore, it ceased being about us and how we felt, and was about everything about what the kids need. And shout out to all the moms that understand that. Y'all the goats.
Yeah, and I think the fathers who actually work, I hate the word fight, but who actually work to see their kids and don't just accept the status quo, like, oh, you want to be the primary parent, so they're yours, you have them, and then they take their hands off. But like, you're actively involved in trying to be there for your kids in the best way that you know how. I couldn't imagine parenting my kids from another household, and trying to imagine the difficulties that come with that, knowing that like I'm in the relationship with the other side of that. You know, if their mom makes a decision that you don't necessarily agree with, you know, I can't even imagine like those feelings and emotions. But on the other side, I make unilateral decisions all the time without consulting their dad. And now I get to see like what that could possibly feel like for him. So it's been an eye-opening experience for me, for sure. Just being in this relationship, I've gotten to see the male's perspective in so many things where I just had a one-sided view of it before.
Yeah.
Like even down to like child support. Like I hear some of the conversations and I'm like, well, they're like, oh, I did that. Or I do that, or I still get money, even though, like, we have them shared time. So I guess I can't say too much,
Yeah.
So it's definitely given me the opportunity to see where I can ease up some on my ex and be more understanding of the, the nuances that he might face trying to parent and not being there 24/7 for his kids like he used to be.
That part. I was driving over for anything in the beginning.
Oh.
He heard this like, what? Let me go over there and see. Let me see. You all right. Shake it off. Shake it off. What y'all doing? You eat dinner? What you eat for dinner?
I remember in the beginning of our relationship where like there was like a phone call with like Lily has a fever or something like that. And I was like, well, why is she calling? Because I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did. If one of my kids was sick, I just took care of it. But knowing that you're involved, so she's still trying to make the effort to be like, hey, this is what's going on. It taught me a lesson. I'm like, okay, when they go preparing you for when they're coming over, so you're not just bombarded with a sick kid. Like, hey, this is what's been happening from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So now when it's your turn to get them, what to be prepared for. But I never thought of it like that.
Oh, 100%. Look, I want to know what's going on with their well-being. They got a fever? What's up? What's going on? I come over, I was sick on Tuesday. You was sick on Tuesday? Hey, how come I ain't know? She was sick on Tuesday? Stuffy nose? Come on now.
And now I've even like jumped in on that. When Lily went to go get her hair done and you were gone, like when I came, she didn't look good. So I was like, you don't feel good, boo? And she's like, no. So I immediately text Tab like, hey, Lily's not feeling good. Cinco was already there. Oh, I said her name, my bad. But Cinco was already there and sick. So I'm like, oh, she needs to know that now Lily isn't feeling good. So I just went ahead and unilaterally like sent that text because I see how the dynamics work and I don't want her to be like, think that I'm just over here trying to replace and I'm just going to medicate and do whatever. Like, nah, it needs to be co-parenting is a village. And it's not just when they over here, they do what we tell them to do and you don't matter. And when they over there, vice versa. Like, nah, it takes all of us to make sure that these kids are well-rounded and taken care of. So
absolutely. We got some comments here.
Okay, let me read Sierra so it don't sound like you bragging.
Russ is a rare gem.
Sierra says, Russ is a rare gem. I love for the other parent to be more demanding as Russ. It's sad that we have to assume that most men aren't as valued as us moms in that aspect. I'd be hurt to have to share Bray more often, low-key. But I love for him to take responsibility beyond what's expected only on their time. It's exhausting being the 90% parent.
That's real. And I put some respect on that too. Like, and I didn't want to stunt. Like during that time, I know I wasn't being the best dad that I could be. And part of it was because I just didn't know how to deal with that new way of living. I mean, I still cared. Don't get me wrong. I was still attentive, but it's just difficult. So I always put a ton of respect on, the co-parents because it's like, when you're with me for 2 days out the week, 3 days at most. So the 5 days you got them, the 4 days you got them, I'm putting respect on that because at the end of my 3 days,
you need a whole
I done
revival.
Got and I used to say that like, I used to do this every day, but you do it with assistants. You know what I'm saying? You do it with somebody there. But when you there and you just holding down, I don't care if it's one child, two child, don't let it be more than one. But children are very demanding, right?
Yeah.
At the end of 3 days, I'm like, okay, y'all, all right, get your stuff. Hurry up.
I remember like you prepping dinner for them and you'd be like, nah, the macaroni and cheese is almost done. I'm about to fry the chicken. And I'm like, Russell, like you can make them both at the same time. You're like, no, I can't do that. I can't. Like, so it's 10 o'clock and the kids is just eating because Russell got to make one thing.
I'm going to fry all the chicken, put it to the side. I'll heat it up when it's time to eat again. I'm going to cook the mac and cheese, put it to the side. I'm going to do the vegetable, put it to the side. make the Kool-Aid. All right, y'all sit down. Like,
Like,
look here.
babe, like it's 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like, why haven't they eaten? Oh, I
Kids
had to
be
go to the store.
Then I'm about to say, don't mess around. Let me forget something. Like, dang, I ain't got no carnation milk. All right, hey, y'all sit here. I'll be back. Kids be 9 o'clock. I'm
Like,
so
oh, he's
hungry.
struggling.
I'm so hungry. My bad, y'all. My bad. Shayla says the children come first. I feel like you have to be or get on the same page as parents or fall back. Consistency is everything. Absolutely.
As somebody who grew up with the absence of a father, I often wonder, like, was it a choice? Or was it like something that my mom said or did, or, you know, maybe a way that she acted that maybe didn't want him to be around? I never really got an answer on that, but as a child, you make up things in your head, and I understand fully that that is where my issues with rejection come from, because I never had a legitimate reason like why you aren't around. So for me, getting along with the other parent is not a valid excuse for me, because at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with your child.
Nothing.
Y'all dynamics, especially once the child is like of an age where they can start to communicate with you on their own and you don't necessarily have to go through the other parent for everything. I feel like you don't have no excuse now. So when you're not there, it's by choice, or at least as a child, that's what I told myself.
Yeah.
I have a cell phone. I had a beeper. You know what I'm saying? Like you
had a
I
beeper?
definitely- a blue one. It was so cool.
Shut up. You
A
a little drug
chain on
dealer.
it.
Little drug dealer.
I even had the kind where you could get like the text messages that you had to call the people and tell them what to say, and then they would type it out in your pager.
Dang.
So like I had methods of him being able to get in touch with me.
Yeah.
And so it always felt like, okay, you're just choosing this. So even if there is an instance, I think, where you can't be there for your child in the way that you want to, just disappearing is never okay. Like, children are very resilient, and they're really more understanding than we give them credit for. Like, have the conversation. Tell them what's happening. Tell them why, so they don't have to make up a story in their head of why my mom or my dad doesn't want to be there for me.
I wonder, is it because, like, you grow up in an environment where dad's not present, does it somehow communicate to you subconsciously that this role is optional?
I can't say that I was emotionally intelligent enough to
Well, not no kid. But I mean now, like, for me,
yeah.
it just wasn't an option. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
my idea of what a dad is was cemented based on my experience.
Yeah.
So how I am with my kids is exactly how my dad was with me. You know what I mean? Like, he was very hugs. I remember I had to tell him, like, I got to age, I still was a kid. But his mustache was like prickly. And I'm like, all right, man, just give me some dad, bro. Like, I'd be like third grade. I was like, you know what? You coming in here, you know, give me a kiss on the cheek before. Hey, man, come on, bro. Hey, look. All right, good night, dad. You know what I'm saying? But to me, that's what a dad was. So if you don't have that in your mind of that, because just the only reason why the role of a mom is so solidified is because it's been upheld over such a long duration of time. You know what I mean? This is what a mom is. You're more shocked to hear about an absent mom.
Yeah.
Like, the dad is like, these men ain't no good. But I tell you what, this is so sad. Another absent dad. But the mom not being there is like, really? Wow. You don't see that often. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I as a kid, I can't answer that question of how I felt, but I know men very personally, very close up on men who have children in the world. And I'm like, hey, have you seen? And I'm like, nah, they mama tripping. Okay. And what? Did you go to court? Nah, I ain't got time for all that. I got it. So, like, what's more important to you?
Yeah.
So in my eyes, looking at that, it does feel very optional to them. That's my opinion. Like, oh, the mom is acting crazy. I don't feel like doing this, so I'm just going to fall back.
Yeah.
But as moms or the primary parent, it's like we don't even have that choice. If you decide not to be there, guess what? I now don't have that choice. I don't
Yeah.
have the choice that I get to relax. I don't have the choice that I get to fall back. I don't have the choice like to just go do what I want to do. Now I got to find a babysitter. I got to do all these things. So like when you do that, you create more of a problem for your child, for the child's parent. Like it's not just a decision that you make unilaterally that I'm just not going to be there. That's bull crap.
Yeah, facts. I had a homie who I went to school with, and his father was not present. He stayed very close up on me, stayed close up on, our group, like we were close. There was a brief stint in college where, he was down bad and he moved in with us. And when he left all these notebooks. Now, it's someone who had kids at a young age, had some more kids, and if I'm being 100%, just wasn't physically there, wasn't being an active father in the children's role. So to me, I ain't really speak to him on it, you know what I mean? But in my head, I'm like, yo, you gotta do better. Like in my mind, it was a thought of like, okay, how much do you actually love? When he left, there were these notebooks that he left. I mean, pages upon pages upon pages of journals and writing the kids' names, and I'm gonna do better, and putting his kids' names, I'm gonna do better, just over and over and over again. And to me, it painted this picture of it shifted my mind. Like, okay, it's not that there's a void of caring. You know what I mean? Like clearly, this is something that you're thinking about, something that is inside of you that you have to get out. Like if this is your own method of venting and getting this, conviction that you have inside of you out. So to me, it's like, it's not a issue of where is your heart? Because clearly your heart is concerned. There's something that's blocking you from being there. You know what I mean? And when I connect, like, okay, this was what you grew up in. Does this paint a role of like what this role means? You know what I'm saying? So,
or just like a feeling of inadequacy. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how to do it. I don't
Absolutely.
want to fail you in the way that I've been failed. So then it's just easier for me to fall back. I see that a lot with like people that I know, or maybe stories that you've heard of women who are not there for their children, and you're like, well, her mama did the same thing. It's like almost this, like you feel inadequate or you feel unable to care for somebody in that way because you did not have that role model. I always felt like there is no way that I would ever leave my kids. Like, I don't understand how my dad could do that. And so I think in some people it drives like this desire in you to be the parent that you never had, but in others it creates this fear that you will be the parent that you never had, and you don't want to fail your child in that way, so you just don't try.
Wow, that's real.
Yeah,
that's real. Speaking of the co-parenting thing, this is what I want to know. What is it with hair? Little girls' hair.
Lord, why we going there? We going.
I want to know. I never understood it. You know what I mean? I'm hair challenged. I'm hair challenged, so I don't understand a lot about hair. Help me understand. What is the sensitivity to little girls' hair, right? How many people in the chat right now, if you had a daughter, you sent them to your co-parent's house, and his girlfriend or his wife did your daughter's hair and came back with a new hairstyle, how many of you would feel a way about that if there was no communication?
So I've been on both sides of this. I think that especially like if we're in a household together, and like me and my ex, my job would have been, if we were together when my daughter was old enough to get her hair done, to do her hair. That was my job. Like usually that's the woman's primary role. The man don't have no part in that. Like usually we can share in some stuff, but this right here, that's what mom do. Mom does the hair. So then there's a severance of that relationship, and now there's somebody, in my mind it felt like taking my role. Like I do her hair. Like, that's not your daughter. You don't touch her hair. But it's also like, it's so weird, but it's also the quality, right? Because I braid my daughter's hair, and I think I'm very good at it, right?
Yeah.
She went over there one day and her hair wasn't braided. It was just kind of like in puffs. And my intention was when she came home, I was going to do her hair. I know the girl, so I know that she absolutely adores my child. Saw her hair, daddy probably wasn't brushing it, probably looking crazy. So she was like, I'm just gonna do it. But she hooked my baby's hair up, right? So she came home.
That made you more mad, didn't it?
I was like,
oh, you gonna put some
got your hair done?
You gonna put some barrettes in? You gonna put some beads? Oh, you got me messed up.
I said, oh boy, you got your hair done? She said, yeah, mommy. She's swinging it. She love it, right? I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
Inside your chest was burning.
But I had to get over it. I had to get over it because she did a good job. And it was a burden lifted off of me. But initially, I was irritated.
I will never forget. Look, my daughter came over one time. We went swimming, right? Mm-hmm. Hair was down bad, right? Now I'm used to this because when she was with me, like when I was solo dad, the hair not getting touched. The hair's not getting touched. I had an array of hats. She was baseball caps. So I would have a cute little outfit on with this baseball cap. She's like, why you got that baby out the house like this? It's just not my skill set. I don't know what to do with it.
And no offense, but she does not have the texture of hair where you can just not touch it.
What you saying about my baby's hair?
No, listen, she got the same kind of hair I do.
What you saying about it?
If I wear my natural hair,
what you saying about it?
It's really curly and thick.
Watch your mouth.
It's really curly and thick.
What's a C5?
Like,
What's that?
Yes, definitely 4C.
Ooh, I was close. 4C. I said C5.
So you can't like let it get wet or let it go days in one style without taking it down, or it's gonna match.
So she came over with these braids that had been in for a while. We went swimming. Mm-hmm. You like, I'm not touching her hair because you like. I'm like, what you mean? Like, look at her. We going to church. My mom, like, and this is what you gotta know about my mom. My mama is grandma. She don't play about her grandbaby. She was like, don't you ever bring my grandbaby out the house looking like that again. I'm just like, what y'all doing? And I was like, Ma, you don't like what you want me to do? She was like, Brandy know how to do hair. I was like, yeah, but it's a thing. She was like, Nia hair don't look like that. I said, it's a thing, Ma. You gotta chill. But I just never understood what the sensitivity was.
So I just asked you because I don't like, I've pulled up on random people. Like there was this mixed lady or this white lady who had a mixed daughter. I saw her every day as I took my kids to school, and her hair was never done. So I just pulled up one day and was like, look, I know it's hard to manage, especially if you're not used to doing this texture of hair. Here's my phone number. If you ever need me, like I'm that type. Like I will offer to do a little girl's hair because I don't like to see them walking around with their hair not done. But I never had a conversation with her mom about that. And I know what it did to me. So I was like, look, just call her and ask her if it's okay. Like if Lily's hair is looking a little crazy, if it's okay for me to do it. But she said yes.
You still be uncomfortable
But I still do be uncomfortable. Because especially when like she pays to get it done and it's time to come down.
But that just shows you she hates doing hair.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do it. It's like when I mentioned it, I was like, hey, Brandy wouldn't know, but she was like, yes, Lord, please, yes. She welcomed it. Maisha said she better not touch my baby hair.
She said, also, don't be bringing her over with no nappy hair and get mad when I comb
that part. But I think, now that's the thing right there. Like, for the moms who, like, don't want nobody to touch it, you better make sure it's laid when they go over there.
Always, right?
That part.
Dad says, you can take her to a salon or if she is your wife, but ultimately I can't tell you how to parent our child when they are with you. By the way, I didn't come to this conclusion overnight. It took a long time.
Shay says, I feel that is an excuse for parents not to be there at the end of the day when you know the outcome of the situation can be detrimental to the child. Was that back to the yeah absolutely.
Shay said, I did that back in the day and my kid's sister said
what?
Yep.
I did that back in the day, and my kid sister said, you can't touch my hair. Laugh out loud, but it was a mess. Did it mess up?
Did it? No.
Sierra says, well, y'all know that I have a boy, and they don't touch his hair. The father stays in the barbershop and stays clean and took my braid once and tore it up, but Bray wouldn't stay seated. I was pissed, but told him to take him
to the same barber. Well, yeah, he's turning 10 and clearly I handle it still. The boy hair long. Yeah. He got dreads now, so.
I saw there's this viral video. It's pretty old, so I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen it, but it was a mom who was furious that a father took his son to get a haircut. She was like, "Why would you cut there? You do not have my permission to get his haircut." And he was like, he needed a haircut. His hair was long. She was like, I can't remember what the title was. I'm the custodial parent. You're the something. Like, you don't have the right to do that. And it was like, okay. Yeah. That's when that's where the lines kind of get muddied a little bit. The water gets muddied a little bit, because in those dynamics, sometimes it ain't about the hair. Sometimes it ain't about the role. Sometimes it's about control. Sometimes it's about, I'm not at peace with this situation, and another person, another woman coming in, touching my daughter's hair, like you said, sometimes it makes me feel like, you trying to replace me, not just as a mom, but you know what I mean? Like, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Definitely.
If I flipped it, like if I cut my son's hair, like if I literally cut my son's hair and I sent him over and he came back with like a fresh taper, I'm like, who cut your hair? Like, hey, yo, no, he didn't. He put a Nike sign in the back of your head. Yo, hey, I'm ready to fight, dog. Tell her pull up. Like, I get it. If I had to flip it, like, I could see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like I don't know anything about haircuts, right? So his dad, my son's dad, my middle son's dad, he cuts hair. You know what I'm saying? So I never even considered, like, even if he needs a haircut, I'm saying, wait till your dad gonna cut it or something like that. Like, I just never even considered that, because that's not my area of expertise. I don't think you've ever even considered, like, oh, me and Cinco are going to get a haircut, Bray should come along too. Nah. So for me, it was
haircut's too expensive these days.
How you just gonna braid my baby hair and not just even call me?
I'm trying to get cool with your ex. Hey, look, just go over there to you. Uncle.
Don't say it like y'all ain't cool. And it would be super weird if he called him uncle, by the way.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some connection to where, like, he can, get the free cut.
Sierra says, Bray got his tips colored and they let him get his hair wet already. Why, bro? Like, it's a no for me.
Brittany says, if someone cut my son's hair, I'm coming unglued. Really? Is it long? Is it long, or is it just like a regular low cut?
I guess it's different. I don't know. Like, my oldest son, I've always made all of the decisions, and his father, number one, was gone away for a long time, but then he just lives in a whole nother state, like very far away. Like, it's not even feasible to be like, oh, I'm about to get his haircut, I'm about to do whatever, make it. So I just made a unilateral decision. So that's just the way that I'm used to parenting,
for sure.
So it has been a hard adjustment for me to, like, start to let somebody else in on the actual decisions that happen. But again, like I said, like, I can't do this all by myself. I've tried and I failed miserably.
I don't make no decisions with they like grooming and nothing like that.
Not grooming, but like with their life though. Like, I run stuff by you all the time. Like, for sometimes before their dad, because it's just like proximity, right? Like, if they need an answer right now, I'm like, hey babe, do we got the money to go? Blah blah blah.
For sure.
So it's difficult. It's so many nuanced situations that, like, I would think if it was something major, like him going away when Bray went out of state, okay, I'm calling and talking to your dad about that. But just little everyday stuff, I've taken the liberty for sure to just be like, I said what I said, like, he going.
It's all worth it though. All of the tension, all of the sometimes misunderstood conversations is worth it, because when they go to the co-parents, it's blessed peace. It's blessed peace. It's nothing like it.
It didn't used to be for me. I think you helped me with that. Because I was still refereeing and what'd you eat? What you mean? Hold on, here I come.
You still be doing that. I remember we were like, hang up. They not over here.
They're my babies.
What you still doing up? They not over here. They bedtime different over there. You gotta leave that alone. Come here. Come cuddle with me. You worry about the wrong thing.
I'm still having a very hard time letting go fully. You know what I'm saying?
You worry about the wrong thing.
Brittany says, it's long and curly and I'm not ready to cut it. And Sierra says, I'm grateful for Nikki because I hate going to the barbershop.
I'm with that. Yeah, the barbershop can be stressful. It's a little better now since COVID. Now you got to make an appointment. You in at a certain time, you out right away. Ain't no waiting no more. So it's a little more chill.
I guess I'm favored in the way that Dad's house is the barbershop. So Go right over there. Don't hate.
Yeah, you blessed. You blessed. It's a headache. All right. Did we talk about anything else?
No, those were the 2 full conversations that we had on this episode. But we could talk about us going away.
Oh man, yeah, we finna slide, y'all. So y'all better get these questions in because y'all not gonna get a chance to talk to us for a little bit.
Is there anything particular that y'all would like to see while we're gone? Anything that y'all would like to enjoy? Did y'all enjoy the weekly check-ins? How did y'all feel about those? I don't think we ever asked that, did we?
I don't think they remember those. So in between season 2 and season 3, we did like little short 15-minute conversation pieces. I don't think we're gonna do that this time, but we'll try to still engage with y'all some way, somehow. Cause
hey Charity, she asked, are we going somewhere? Yes, this is the end of season 3, Charity. So we will be.
We got canceled, Charity.
No, what?
We got canceled.
Don't be speaking that over us.
No. We ain't on no network. We can't get canceled.
We can be canceled by the culture.
No, we. We built community here. We can say we want Sherelle to be right here. Like, you know what?
They didn't mean.
They ain't
that.
mean it like that.
You have to understand their personality.
Brittany gonna be, hey, look, you was out of pocket for that, but I still rock with you. But you got chill. Look, they gonna hold us down. Don't do that.
So yeah, we're just taking a little hiatus. Maisha says, maybe because I don't have kids, but if I have a baby, this is a community baby. Y'all can do anything y'all want.
That part.
Sierra said, what she say? Are there plans for what? Are there plans for the restaurant runs where y'all try new spots and give y'all reviews? Those
Who said
are
that?
funny. Sierra. We had like such a grand idea when we did like the what was it called? Exotic Cravings. We went to Zoe's Good Burger.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even realize how much that takes.
Well, I think back then we were just. Was that in between? Was that after the first season?
Yeah, I think so.
I think the editing and stuff, like we weren't as versed to
that's
it.
true.
You know what I mean? And also, yeah, it was a lot in the beginning, but I do like doing those. I really enjoyed that, and I think we got a lot of good engagement off that. So we'll try to do that stuff. We eat all the time.
But I'm not eating nothing else that's nasty. Like, I've made a stance that if I try food, it's going to be food that I anticipate on being good. You will not get me to eat no more garlic and oyster mushroom or mushroom chips. You're not getting me to drink what was it? Flaming Hot Mountain Dew. I'm not doing none of that no more.
This is the person whose idea was, we should order these grass and mud flavored sodas.
But they was good though, wasn't they?
You did not buy them because you thought they was going to be good.
I read the reviews.
You bought them because you thought it was going to be something to react to.
They was good.
She going to talk about, I'm not eating anything nasty. She ordered grass soda.
Except for I do want him to try the boar and kangaroo jerky at Horrocks.
Every time we go to Horrocks, she's trying to buy some exotic meats. Like, ooh, babe, let's eat porcupine. I'm not eating no porcupine. Ooh, babe, let's try giraffe. Huh?
It's jerky, though.
I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's nuggets, jerky. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not eating no giraffe. Ooh, babe, let's eat kangaroo. Excuse me?
Well, okay, listen. I'm going to say... no, we didn't try Shalimar. It was something every time we tried to get ready to go eat this Indian food. So we still need to get back there. At the end of this month, we'll be back on Solid Foods, and
Absolutely. Can't wait.
We'll go do that. She said lashes popping. Hold on, these homemade. You can't see them up close, but from a distance. Thank you, girl. Right. She said, Sierra says yes, or even product that you don't have to go out and try, just buy for the thing. Okay, so Sierra, in order for that to happen, I need you to buy all the mugs, all the t-shirts, send all the stars, because this stuff is cool for content, but it costs money. And yeah, we barely paying bills on time around here sometimes. So going out and doing all that is fun when we have the extra, but we only have the extra from the contributions that come from y'all loving on us. So yeah, we will do all that. If we can get a sponsor, that would be even better.
That part. I have a random question topic. I saw this and I saved it to my photo thing because I was
That
like,
always scares me.
it's not that. It's not out the way.
Okay.
But it's just, I didn't understand it, and I want to see if someone can give me some clarity. This quote says, you got to be loyal during the talking stage to prove you're loyal enough to take it to the next level. And I wanted to get some thoughts and feedback on that because loyal during the talking stage just don't sit right with my spirit. And what does loyal look like? Like, are we committed to one another? Because if we committed, what we talking about? What's the talking? Like, if you my girl, you my woman, like, what's we talking? Why we talking?
Well, that's kind of where I feel. Like, if I'm talking to you, I could be talking to anybody else that I want to because you have not decided to make a commitment to me.
Yeah, this is my work. I be talking a lot.
I'm not making no commitment to you. So don't be looking for loyalty if the loyalty comes with a certain level of commitment.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to make that, I don't see how you can expect somebody to. What am I being loyal to?
I have a hard time with any of this new school ideology about being something you're not to prove that you can be it. Like the whole, you gotta behave like a wife to me for me to see that you wife material. It's like, huh? Like, she's supposed to cook for you, clean your clothes, you know what I'm saying? Sleep with you whenever you want, just to show that she's wifey material. Man, dog. You going over there cutting her grass? Like,
no.
Are you over there like paying her bills to prove that you husband material? Like, it just don't make sense to me. Like, I don't get that. Like,
yeah, so you answered your own question because it ain't gonna happen. Sierra says, wait, they have all of that over there. Have y'all tried their pizza? They have so much at Horrocks that it is a regular date night for Russell and I. And no, we have not tried their pizza because there's so much other great stuff to try that, like, pizza is very low on the list. I would say don't get the cheesecake, though.
You owe when the grocery store is like a date spot.
That is more than a grocery store.
It's a grocery store.
It is a whole experience.
They built that to trap people like us.
Well,
people
it works.
Who you don't have a life. Ooh, let's put some wine in a grocery store. You like, I need some eggs.
It works. We be in there.
Can I get some gelato?
We spend hours just sniffing candles and what's them things? Air fresheners.
Stop telling my business. I don't sniff no candles.
Yes,
I'm a whole
you
thug
do.
out here.
Soap.
I'm a thug.
We have a grand old time in Horrocks.
You be over
So
here
yes.
like, ooh, peaches, babe. Smell that. Oh my God, smell this.
That's only funny because
Ooh,
it's true.
butter popcorn. Don't it smell like popcorn?
It's only funny because it's true.
This one called Michigan Beach. Smell it. It do smell like a beach.
Like Lake Michigan.
Smell like outside. We are lame, and I don't know how we
It's
got
not lame. It's actually really fun. We went
It's
through
somebody right now in Greece.
like, what is Horrocks? No, they looking up Horrocks right now.
They're like, what?
It's just like that grocery store that Keith Lee tried. Instantly, you ain't see it. It was
Ain't
food
see
from
it.
a grocery store. It's the most expensive grocery store he's ever been to. And he said he just had to try it. Like, so I was looking up the grocery store. Just because people go there and enjoy themselves that much, like, I have to try it. That is what Horrocks is. It is a immersive experience.
You done bougie-fied me. I used to go to Walmart and be totally fine with it. Didn't even notice them. I'd go in there, get my groceries and go. Now when I go, I look around and be like, oh my God, who are these people?
Somebody with a monkey in here.
Yo, no, we literally saw somebody walking around with a monkey on their shoulders in Walmart. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Because I'm sitting here, we used to have this argument like, yo, you bougie. Like, there's nothing wrong with Walmart. Let's shop at Walmart. She always want to go to like Meijer or Kroger or Polly's. I'm like, yo, that's bougie. Come with me to Walmart. So the first time we go in, it's a monkey there. It just made me look so bad. I was like, I was like, yo, somebody done did something to Walmart. They done, like, this different than the Walmart I used to go to. They done fell off.
Molly says that Shalimar is the best. Danielle asks, did you put your lashes back on myself? And yes, I did. Okay. Wait, let me big blinks. Okay. Kaylin says, yes, absolutely not. I am single until someone asks me to be in a relationship.
Who said that?
Kaylin.
All right.
All of that.
Right.
Desiree said, is it referencing telling truths? I think it means like you don't talk to nobody else. At least that's how I took it. Like, if I'm with you, if I'm talking to you, then you can't talk to nobody else because I'm trying to see how loyal you can be if we was in a relationship. Charity says, my boyfriend loves that place. He can't go in unsupervised. Yeah, I'd probably be in trouble if I went there by myself. Desiree said their pecan pie is bomb.
Shut
and
up.
so is their fruit of the forest pie.
Oh, that sounds
we
so
smashed that
old.
last time.
Fruit of the forest pie.
I was like, what is this? But it had everything in it that I like. Like
I just don't like who I've
ingredients.
become in my old age.
Apples and rhubarb.
We sitting here like, ooh, babe, it's got
blackberries.
rhubarb. Don't say rhubarb to me. I'm a whole thug.
Yeah, it was good with the
Rhubarb.
little sugar crust.
Oh, Sierra, come through. Sierra just sent us 500 stars.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you, sis. We appreciate you.
Shayla says that sounds like fun. Yes, you and your friend should definitely go there. Try it. I think it's cool, and y'all drink. So they have a wine bar and they have beer on tap. So it's like, you
You can just walk around, get lit, eat ice cream. Yeah.
it's the best.
Yeah. It's just really great. It's a time.
And if y'all don't believe us, we have a TikTok about our date night at Horrocks. So
It's lit. Come see. They got a peanut butter corner. We sitting here eating gelato. You can make your own peanut butter. Put some cashews in there. Like, it's just a thing. They got a meat corner, a coffee corner. They got this huge salad bar,
a
huge hot
bar,
food bar. Like, it's just
sushi,
crazy. Sushi.
oxtails.
Oh my God.
Beef short ribs, all the meat that you can't really find nowhere else.
Yeah, if you can't cook, then it might not be that exciting to you. But if you can cook, yeah, they got.
And
Ooh,
can't you make your own kombucha in there?
You can. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but if you drink kombucha, you can make your own. You can make your own kombucha
Yes, you can eat ice cream in there. They have a gelato bar,
and cheesecakes and
macaroons, cannolis.
Yeah, it's good.
And they have bulk candy and bulk popcorn. I'm sorry. We should get
It's just a
we
lot.
need
I'm really getting
sponsor.
excited.
We need a sponsorship.
Ooh, and they got
from
the
Horrocks.
soap. They got this soap. It smells so good. I can only get it from there. And last time we went all the way to Lansing to go to Horrocks, and they were sold out of it. I was so hurt.
Russell goes there for water too.
It's called Sex Machine. That's the name of the soap.
It smells really good.
That's how I knew it was.
She says, "Bro, I'm going this week."
That's how I knew it was lit. I got the shower. She's like, "Ooh, that smell good." I said, "Thank you, thank you."
Whatever.
Being there, getting all sudsy.
That's why you go through it so fast.
I know. I was trying to suzz myself up.
Desiree says, "Try kombucha. It's good for you guys."
Last time I drank that, they said it's not alcohol in it, but something was wrong with me when I
Well,
drank
it's
that.
fermented, isn't it?
Yo. I was at work. I was like, "Ooh, why I feel like I'm buzzed." Head was tingling. The top of my head started sweating. Granted, it wasn't.
I've never had it.
It was like the Kavita, and from what I understand, and that's like somebody told me that's not real kombucha.
It's
Like,
like
that's the
Cokes.
Coca-Cola
Yeah.
brand kombucha. It's like you need to get some like Synergy or something else like that.
Shayla said I would be on my way, but they said they closed. I think what's today? I thought they closed at 10. Molly says yes. That's fermentate. The fermentation is spicy.
Yo, I said this got something in it. Said my body ain't used to this. Like, what is happening?
We might need to try it. We need to go back and try it.
You can't.
I'm
You
not gonna
definitely
try it.
can't.
I'm
No,
just talking.
you probably need that though, because it's really good for digestion. Like your gut.
You
and
think
everything.
I have problems with my digestion? I don't.
I think a medical doctor would agree with me.
You think that? I'm perfectly fine with my digestion.
Stomach be sounding like a whole. You talking about something. These are good digestion
No,
sounds.
it's called good bowel sounds. Look it up.
But that's got to also be associated with good bowel movement, and you can't have good bowel sounds and poop like once every 2 weeks and
I
say
don't poop like you doesn't mean that I
you
don't.
don't poop. You eat 3 times a day and poop once a week. That don't even add up.
So?
The math ain't mathing. Where the rest of the food at? And then be in the bathroom for 30 seconds, go and come out, and there ain't no smell, so I know something ain't right.
My poop doesn't stink.
You not
I'm
pooping.
sorry.
I am almost positive you do not poop.
Anyways, y'all do not care about our poop, but Russell seems to care a lot about mine. He's always on my case about it.
I'm like,
It's
this
ridiculous.
This don't even make sense. Going 5 seconds. Ooh, what did you do? You ain't did nothing.
I don't have to work that hard.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sierra says that's not healthy at all. Get checked out. Says it is not as dramatic as he's making it. It is not once a week. He's not home with me all day long. He has no idea.
How often? A week?
3
Cap.
or 4.
Cap.
You don't know. You're literally not here.
We've had this conversation multiple times. Yeah, I've never heard that number.
It's like 3 or 4. You just go every day, multiple times a day. So that's why
Now
I
that's a
don't
good bowel
understand.
movement. You eat breakfast, it's coming out in an hour. You eat lunch, it's on the way.
No.
Ain't nothing staying here. Go on, move.
It was loose bowels.
Yeah, we've talked for 15 minutes about our bowel movement, and I am almost positive we're losing viewers. They're not coming back for season 4 because of you.
No, I've had my gut checked out before. I'm good.
Chaseman, do they have energy drinks? Because I need those.
Yes.
Chase, you would tell the truth. Haven't I been doing better? When I used to work with Charity, Charity used to see me drink at least 2 in an 8-hour shift. Like
Yeah,
she would see me drink.
I cut all that out.
Yeah, I'm doing so much better. Every once in a blue, but it's rare.
It's not daily,
occurrence.
but it's like every other day.
It is not every other day.
You tell it. You know, you in there with me. Go ahead, tell him.
You talking about my energy drinks?
No, I'm talking about Sierra.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, yeah, you see me drink energy drink every other day.
No, you don't
Oh,
drink
okay.
energy drinks at all anymore. If you do, I give you this death stare. Like, what you doing? Man, I'm about to fall asleep. We got to drive, so I gotta have one.
That says she'll share a brand that is good for beginning. What is this quote? That just sounds like some drugs. That sounds like some drugs. I'm gonna share a kombucha that's good for beginners. Like that. That just scared me. That's how I know it ain't like there's something ain't right with it, yo. See that? Beginners. It's a beverage. What are we beginning?
I'm good. I give me a little smoothie. I take my apple cider vinegar stuff. I'm good.
Sarah says that's not healthy at all. Get checked out. Says,
I already
thank
read
you.
that. Excuse you. Sarah says, "No, I drink my own products 2 times daily, but mine helps keep me moving." Yeah, now you got that energy stuff. Y'all have a great night. I look forward to the next season. Shayla, like they done talked about pooping way too
Thank
much.
you, Shayla.
We love you.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you so much. And I agree with her. I think it's time to hit the hay for the last time.
How do I say?
Let me tell you what the people don't need.
People need that. That's what we going on break for. Album coming soon. R&B vocals. Be ready. It's on the way. You feel me?
He's lying, so
Yeah,
don't
I
get
am.
excited.
All right, y'all. We finna slide. Man, I'm gonna miss y'all so much. This season has been amazing. So many new people that have joined the crew and have been a part of just not the lives, but just the episodes as a whole. And God is good. Y'all are good. Thank y'all so much.
Molly says, thank you both. Looking forward to next season. So are we. Sierra says we need him to put that next EP or album out. Okay. Y'all talk to him. He doing something.
We'll see.
A bunch of songs in his phone.
See how the wind blows. We'll see.
All right, y'all. For the last time for season 3, always remember, we love love.
Oh, y'all should love too.
Bye.